There is no such thing as failure. Failure is just life trying to move us in another direction.
Voices of virtue.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so glad you're here. We want you to sit back, relax, but I think this time, grab tablet, pen, pencil, so you can take some notes, because guess what? What we're going to talk about is going to reflect to all of us. We're going to talk about our youth in this generation we live in. So we're going to talk about reaching our young generation. And I know we all can have ideas or whatever, come together and talk about it, but it takes action. It takes not just talk, but it takes action. Putting those words into action to help our youth, because what we see in society these days, even, I want to say it like this, even back in the day when we had, just say, I didn't grow up in slavery, of course, but discrimination or whatever, what we're witnessing today, I think it's like almost on the same kind of a level, because it's so much killing. And a lot of it is even our black on black crime. And of course, there's the racial part of it as well. Of course, that goes without saying. We know that happens. But we've been seeing so many young people, and they're not the only ones out there that's having it difficult, but that's what our focus is going to be on this talk today on Voices of Virtue, on reaching our younger generation. So Cheryl, how do we reach them? Well, first I got to say this. We can't reach them by compromising. No, that's not God's way. We can't compromise. And everybody have their own quote unquote opinion on how to reach them. You got some people kick against this and kick against that, because you got some people, they just old school. They just be like, you got some like, for example, good example, you have gospel rap, okay? You got some people kick against it. Well, I'm like this. If it's given the word of God, and if it can reach a soul, the word, remember the word is the lyrics. Just like the Bible, it's the words. It's the basic instructions before leaving the earth. The lyrics is what's important, taking heed to those words. And so notice, a lot of times we hear a lot of the crime that happens among our youth. You can hear them say, oh, they learned that from a rap song. They got that from a rap song. Those lyrics, okay? So if we be careful and be wise of what we listen to, what we put into this temple, what we put into this mind. Because see, the more we feed it, the more it grows. And once something is entered to the mind, if you don't cast it out, if it's not good, it enters to the heart, and that's when it manifests. So not only the rap, you got those games out there, all kind of like violent games that some children try to go, and they try to clone those type of games and do things in real life. You have them doing it on TikTok, all kind of challenges, crazy stuff. Okay, so how do we reach the young generation when you got all this chaos, this crazy chaotic stuff going on? But you know what I wonder though? I wonder this. I really do. I'm not talking about parents, but I'm just asking a question. When the children are growing up in the household, what are they being allowed to listen to and hear? Sure, they're going to listen to it on their own because they got their own phones, iPhones or whatever, and all this and that. They got it. They're going to listen to it, even with the parents tell them don't listen to it. They're going to listen to it. But my thing is, shouldn't there be some type of balancing? When you see 12, 10, 9 years old out there in the street carrying weapons, first of all, why are you not at home? Why? Why are you not at home? Why are you not in school? Why? Where is the accountability on some of us as adults? Where? We got to take accountability for our younger generation. Putting them in a jail cell after the fact is not helping. Okay? It has to be done before. When a product is made, it can't be worn until it's actually made. It goes through a production line. Okay? It goes through this phase, that phase, that phase, that phase, and then it's the ending product. Okay? So that child grows. Some people think, oh, just because they little, it don't matter what's being instilled in them. It don't matter what the parents may be watching on the TV, what the parents may be saying in front of them. That doesn't matter. Yes, it matters. It matters. I've heard stories. I've heard from my own ears things some kids in pre-K and kindergarten say and do. Why? They had to hear it and see it from somewheres. Okay? From somewheres. Somebody's TV. Somebody's bedroom. Okay? They didn't just pick it up in their mama's womb. That ain't happened. No. So we got to take accountability for our younger generation. And stop putting it on this and putting it on that. We as adults. And when it comes to, like, okay, back in the day. Y'all remember? Back in the day, you young ones that are watching this. Back in the day, when we did something wrong, any adult around us had the right to chastise us. Not only did you get it from that adult whom you did it in front of, when you go home, you're going to get it again because they're going to tell your mother and your father or your mother or father what you did and how they chastised you. Okay? But nowadays, you ain't even got to touch them. You better not say nothing to nobody's child. You bet. They don't want to talk. It's a weapon pulled. Where they do that at? What has happened in this world? What has happened? There's old cliche, let us all go back to the old landmark. No, I know we shouldn't go backwards on some things, but some things I think we should. I think we should. Because, excuse me, there's this cliche where it says, it takes a village to raise a child. Back in the day, I believe that was true. I'm from a very rural area. My hometown is very, very rural. I love it. Country, quiet, peaceful, tranquility. Love it. And we were going to school. They used to always tease us. Okay, because it was like family houses down this one particular lane. It was like family lane, whatever. And it was like, once we get off the bus, the whole bus was like empty. It was like 15 of us, maybe 17 at one point. I don't know, so many of us down that one lane. And the kids at school used to tease, oh, those children back up in them woods, them kids back up in the woods, whatever. But that's okay. We were okay. Because guess what? While they were out there getting in trouble on weekends or having their houses broken in and fights and guns, all that, we didn't even have to lock our doors. We didn't have to do none of that. I remember one day, I was working down here in Baton Rouge. As a matter of fact, this was during Katrina. And because I was working for FEMA with Katrina. And a neighbor called me. It's like 4 something in the evening. And he had called. He said, Miss D, he said, your front door is wide open. Okay? Now, we living off a main highway. The front door wide open. Now, I didn't get back home till like about maybe 7. And then my kid's father, he didn't get back home till late either because he always worked, out of town, whatever, Baton Rouge or whatever. I said that to say this. Now, front door wide open on a main highway. Get back. Of course, he went and closed it for us. But he did call and let me know. Not a single thing touched. Why don't we try that today? I dare you. I dare you leave a back door open for 10 minutes. In these days, okay? I double dare you. Okay? But they tried to tease about where we live, but we didn't have to worry about cops coming and patrolling. When we did see a cop, everybody be like, why are they down here? Why we see a cop? Okay? Now, all we do is hear sirens all the time. Sirens. I got in an accident a few weeks ago, and I promise you, this is no lie, no exaggeration. We waited for the police officer 3 hours and 12 minutes. I promise you. Guess why? The area we were in, dispatch East Baton Rouge Parish Police Department told me on my phone several times, because I kept calling, they could not send an officer, and I had 2 elderly people in the car with me, my aunt and my mom, okay, who have underlying health issues. We're not in a safe location. Well, no place is safe these days. I'm saying that to get to a point. Their reason that they couldn't send an officer to us was because there had been a shooting not far in the area, and all of the police officers was at that scene. Hold up, back up. Take a minute. You mean to tell me a whole Baton Rouge City got one shooting going on, and every police officer is at this shooting? You can't come to an accident? Really? Every police officer in the city of East Baton Rouge? I promise you, it's recorded. We sit there for 3 and something hours, okay? Because of a shooting. And the shooting had just taken place the day before, okay? Now, they put us in harm's way, having us sitting in the dark. Someone could have come off, because it was right by a gate at the place where my aunt lived, whatever. Someone could have came off the street and but of course we would cover by the blood of Jesus. That goes without saying. But however, I'm talking about the real world we live in. Okay? How dangerous it was. So I'm saying that to say the danger that we're living in, and then we have our babies, our children. It's just so much crime. I'll be here forever to just bring up different issues of crime and things that have happened just lately. Okay? How we as adults got to take authority to help bring our younger generation into Christ. And how do you do that? We do that by the lifestyle we live. They're watching us. How we live. How do you know, Cheryl? I know because my children have told it to me. Okay? And not just that, in raising up a younger generation, it could be other avenues of their life. You don't want your young children growing up, and I'm speaking man and woman. I'm keeping this thing balanced. You don't want your children having you to see every Tom, Dick, and Harry and every Sally, Sue, and Jane coming in and out your house. No, you don't want that. No, don't do that. What does that show them? That show them they can go out there and be promiscuous in relationships. Number one thing they can't go is sin. Well, first of all, we know that, duh. But the next thing, diseases are out there. Okay? Okay? It don't just happen through a blood transfusion, no. Might not talk about all of diseases a lot no more, but it's there. It's there. You got some things dial soap ain't gonna get rid of. And peroxide and whatever. Okay? That's another whole talk. But I'm saying that to say we have to reach our younger generation, being an example, being that mentor, not being their best friend to sit there and drink with them, smoke with them, party with them. No, but you can have good, clean fun. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not being holier than thou. Nah, that's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. Just don't wallow in it, okay? I'm not telling you to, or Cheryl, if vice versa, you can go drink. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not you. You do what you want, okay? I'm speaking about Cheryl, okay? Be wise in what you do, okay? Your children are watching you. Not just them. Other children are watching you too. And that's why, for me, myself, I don't even like to tell people, never had a wine cooler, never had da-da-da, because it don't even matter. I might not have that, but I had enough of other things that I glutted on. Yeah. So sin is sin, gluttony is gluttony, okay? So what I am saying to you, as far as our youth, we got to take responsibility to be that example for them. Say when they see us, when they grow up, they want to say, you know what? I want to be like my mom. I want to be like my dad. I want to be like my grandma. I want to be like my grandpa. All teachers have this, want to tell every child write an essay. Who do you want to be like when you grow up? Wouldn't that be awesome? Instead of them trying to go pull out some celebrity and you don't even know their lifestyle. Okay? You don't know what they're doing. One thing we do know, how they have these big parties, cocaine parties and all that. No, I'm not beating on nobody doing drugs, none of that. I'm just calling it is what it is. And that's why we see a lot of overdoses coming on, you know? We got to be careful on how we entertain. We can have good, clean fun. I remember Baton Rouge, you know, at one time Baton Rouge, because some of us don't do clubbing. I don't do it. Never have don't have a desire for it, you know. And thank God my children don't have a desire for that kind of stuff. I plead the blood of Jesus over that. But I'm like, okay, all these clubs are open, but youngsters, and not just youngsters, you got older folks too trying to be young. That's another whole subject, okay? And they're trying to have fun, and then they're going in these environments, in these atmosphere where people get intoxicated, and then they want to use that as an excuse and doing all kind of crazy stuff. Bullets don't have no name. Why not, if you want to open up some places, why not open up some places that you can go and have some good, clean fun? It ain't got to be alcohol. Show the youth it's good. I have fun in Jesus. I love to laugh. I love to clown. I love to have fun. I do. My children and I, we joke all the time. We might not live with each other, but we be on our chats. I think we do it like if we don't do it every night, every other night, we got somebody start off something funny and we just laugh. Laughter is good. Okay? And I do know they probably have their side when mama can't get in, of course. But that's the fun part about it. You know? But I'm saying all this to say, y'all, we have to take responsibility of our younger generation. Let's be a good example for them. Let's be that mentor for them. Let's not have them only looking up to us. Yes, there are some good celebrities they can look up to. But the Bible says charity begins at home. That's what it says. And his word is true, forever true. So we don't have to go looking elsewhere. Let it start with you. Let it start with mom. Let it start with dad. Let it start with uncle, grandma, grandpa. Let it start there. And sure, we're all going to endure trials and tribulations. That's going to happen. That's life. But it's how we go through it. We don't have to get into an argument with somebody, just one mishap and bam, you want to shoot them. Road rage just because somebody wouldn't let you over. Now you done kill 5 people because of your road rage. Really? Just a story happened a few days ago in Florida. Teenager, 18 years old. And how they titled it is not my title. Wealthy teenager kills 6 people. Wealthy teenager, listen to what they said. He was driving a $100,000 BMW. If it's incorrect, charge it to the newspapers that wrote it. He was driving a $100,000 BMW. He would get on social media, taped himself going 185 one day. When he killed the 6 people the other day, he was going 151. He was having bets on social media, betting to see how fast he was going. He would pay them $25 if they guess it. Okay? And then guess what, quote unquote, I don't know who put it out there. I don't know if it's the parents or who, or was it the system. Oh, he's on medication. He has a mental disorder. Really? Are you serious? But if we drive 5 miles over, they want to throw us under the jail. We're going to talk about that another day. But I brought that up because he's a teenager. Okay? He's a youth. Now, you do not know that parent was aware this gentleman, their son was out there riding like that. Somebody done told them that their son was racing and showing it on social media. You're not going to tell me those parents didn't know this. That'll be a bald-faced lie, and the devil is a liar. And he goes back to the lake of fire. Okay? They knew that child, and now he done took 6 lives at once, and he's still alive. No, I'm not saying he should have died. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm speaking the truth. He's alive. Okay? But 6 lives are gone. Done left families. Okay? When they knew he was out there speeding like that. 151? 185? Why you still got him with a car? Okay, he's 18. Stripping, let go by his own. No, whatever. Anyways, that's not my business about how he got it. But what I am saying is We got to be accountable. Take life serious. Take our children's future serious. I know I want to be able, and I will be able to see my grands to go and graduate, be prosperous. Okay? Yes. So let's not judge them. Let's not beat them down, our youngsters. Let's not do it. Let's love on them. Let's invite them to church. Don't let them just focus on the fallen pastors or preachers or teachers. Don't let them focus on that. If you put them in the word and teach them the word, I listened to a gentleman talked about a testimony about his mama had him to read the Bible. She kept telling him to read the Bible. He kept asking, did you read the Bible? He said, no. Did you read the Bible? No. And she kept telling him to read the Bible. And he never did read it. When he did read it, he found 5 checks in the Bible. She gave him for his rent. Okay? So it's going to show you. Read. We don't know what blessing is lying there for us. Encourage our children. Pour into them. Pour into them. Don't let all that negative stuff get them. The more you feed something, the more it grows. If they got more of Jesus in them, it becomes a relationship. But if they got more of the evil things of the world, that's when they become secular to the world, and that's all they want to deal with. So let us draw nigh to him, and he will draw nigh to us. So again, let us be there for our youth. I can't say it enough. Let us be a good example. Let us lead by examples. Let them say, my mama, when back in then we used to say, what would Jesus do? Let them be able to say, what my mama do, what my daddy do. Okay? Bring it home to make it simple and plain for them. Because everybody can't be on a child's level to minister to them. We all have a place that God put us at, or how we can reach someone. You don't go at them screaming and yelling and, beating them down just for everything. That you praise them for their good too. Don't just go at them when they do bad. Okay? You encourage them. But anyways, I just knew that needed to be something we need to touch on. And of course, we're going to have some shows where we're going to bring some experts on with children and, and talk about it. We're going to do some things out in the public. But for the world to hear, this is for everybody. We're going to reach out to our youth, and we're going to be that link for them. Okay? It takes every link to make a chain. Every link matters. Okay? One link ain't going to make a chain. No, it's not. So it's going to take all of us together to make that chain. And to help be a fence, be a shield all around our children, our youngsters. And with that being said, I want you all to know that you're always somebody. I don't care where you come from, what your family background is. It ain't about the money. It ain't about the neighborhood you live in. We done saw so many testimonies of how God has blessed so many people. And when they tell testimony where they come from. So it's not about none of that. It's about who you are, who you know you are. And what you want to be. What you want to do. It's not going to fall out of the sky. But are you taking authority? And as I say in my closing sometimes, I don't say it all the time, but I want you to remember that there's no one to be and no one to do a better you. And always walk in your authority, stand in integrity, because God is with you through eternity. I love you. Thank you for tuning in to Voices of Virtue.